Welcome to the Virtual Strategic Solutions Virtual Reality Simulation System. Accessing Legacy Dataset. Files loaded, simulation ready. Lost Hills is the code name of a security bunker located in the southeastern end of the Central Valley in New California, hidden beneath a lonely field station. Claimed by renegade soldiers under Captain Roger Maxson in 2077, it is the headquarters of the Brotherhood of Steel, located in the deserts west of Junktown and the hub, directly southeast of the Mariposa military base. In November 2077, a few weeks after the Mariposa rebellion and the exodus from the military base, the refugees from the base arrived at the Lost Hills government security bunker. The people suffered casualties along the way, as while the soldiers enjoyed the protection afforded by their T-51 power armor, their families had naught. Marauders that attacked the caravan on its journey quickly learned to target the unprotected civilians. Although for every lost civilian 2 raiders fell, many lives were lost, including Roger Maxson's wife, but not his teenage son. Several soldiers broke off during the exodus as well, under Sergeant Dennis Allen, demanding the leadership to allow them to explore the ruins of the West Tech research facility for advanced technologies left behind. Ignoring warnings from Captain Maxson and defying the group's will, Allen's faction separated from the main caravan and ventured southeast to the Glow, taking their power armor with them. They were never heard from again, perishing in the Glow. Around 2151, the Brotherhood sent out knights to seek out Allen's group or its remains. All they found were desolate ruins. The Exodus survivors claimed the bunker as their own. Lost Hills became the headquarters of the newly formed Brotherhood of Steel. The refugees expanded and adapted it to fit their own needs, becoming a bastion of technology in a world that has lost centuries of technological development overnight. Lost Hills became the primary supplier of weapons and ammunition to the region, until the emergence of gun runners and other rival manufacturing houses. They traded ordnance for food, water, and necessary supplies, not bothering with manufacturing them within the bunker. Lost Hills was in contact with the Appalachian Brotherhood of Steel and their commander Elizabeth Taggarty, although the pre-war technology resulted in satellite connections to fail and thus radio communication between California and Appalachia. The Appalachian Brotherhood had been fighting scorch beasts at the time, and the loss of communications left their fate unclear to Lost Hills. Lost Hills sent a group known as the Brotherhood 1st Expeditionary Force to Appalachia for reinforcements. Haley Takano stayed at Lost Hills as the group's communicator, while Matthew Thornbury returned early from the expedition with a group of survivors. Alan Connors was killed by raiders during the trek. Leila Rahmani, Daniel Shin, and Odessa Valdez were able to successfully hike to Appalachia and arrived by 2103. Following the destruction of the Unity circa 2162, the Brotherhood aided other human settlements to drive the mutants away, with minimal loss of life on both sides of the conflict. The Brotherhood remained out of the power structure for a time, becoming a major research and development house and reintroducing advanced technology into New California at a slow pace. The wise guidance of Rhombus brought the Brotherhood to arguably the zenith of its power. The Brotherhood had good relations with the developing New California Republic, to the point that one of the states of the Federation was named after the founder of the Brotherhood, Maxson. However, Lost Hills was never incorporated into the NCR, although Brotherhood patrols did provide protection for the state. Young, enthusiastic and talkative, Cabot has been stationed at the entrance to Lost Hills alongside Daryl in order to greet visitors to the bunker and turn them away if need be. Although Cabot is clad in T-51B power armor for this purpose and looks like a Brotherhood paladin at a glance, he is actually just an initiate. He's training under Vree to become a scribe, to turn his love of books into a career in the Order. Due to his lack of experience in the Wasteland, he is a bit awestruck when experienced Wastelanders visit the bunker. However, he is also a dutiful member of the Brotherhood and carries out his orders to the letter. For the most part, it means turning away Wastelanders who seek to join the Brotherhood. Usually this takes the form of sending them to the Glow to recover an artifact, as per High Elder Maxson's orders. The fact that nobody returned from the quest yet has become a running joke among the Brotherhood's members old enough to realize the purpose of the exercise was to get rid of aspirants. The Vault Dweller, who managed to retrieve the ancient Brotherhood disc, was the first person to succeed on such a quest in a very long time. The head scribe of the Brotherhood is in charge of knowledge gathering and preservation, overseeing the efforts of all the other scribes. Vri is a perfect fit for the position, as she is extremely intelligent, kind, and patient. Sometimes described as having a congenital understanding of chemistry and physics, she spends her days constantly researching and analyzing everything she can get her hands on. She is happy with her work and focuses on it intensely. As a result, she possesses a wealth of knowledge across multiple disciplines, including weapon engineering, survival, biology, chemistry, and more. Between her duties as head scribe, tutoring initiates in the learning center, and personal work on designing weapons or researching topics, it is a wonder she finds time to sleep and meditate. Apart from directing the studies of initiates, for whom she always finds a moment to speak, and research, Vri spends much of her time compiling reports for the elders to decide the course of the Brotherhood. The latest reports focus on the strange army and the super mutant recovered from the Wasteland. Vri performed a complete autopsy, which, when cross-referenced with observations on mutation sources in the Wasteland, led her to posit that the Brotherhood could clean up mutations permanently by removing the sources of mutation, as all mutants she has studied were sterile. Vri is a fervent believer in the Brotherhood's mission, believing it to be the sole salvation for humanity and the planet. Part of this mission includes efforts to restore what was lost in the last nuclear war. By extension, she sees the High Elder not just as the leader of the Brotherhood, but as a moral force keeping it on the path of righteousness, with the head paladin as his enforcer. Aside from her zeal, she has one flaw: fixation on the future, to the degree that research into the past is neglected. Her intense research into the unknown, such as weapons and mutant autopsies, leads her to put a lower priority on softer sciences, particularly history. In the opinion of her assistant Sophia, Vri has forgotten that history is a vital part of life, and as a result, the education of initiates suffered. Many do not even know who Roger Maxon was or what he did for the Brotherhood. Rhombus is the head paladin and head knight of the Lost Hills chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel. A powerful presence wherever he appears, Rhombus is stern, stoic, and rather gruff. He has little tolerance for frivolity and is a very demanding teacher for those willing to learn. These qualities make him one of the finest warriors of the Brotherhood and an excellent head paladin. He ascended to this position after General Maxon II was killed in a skirmish with the Vipers. After John Maxon ascended to the position of High Elder, Rhombus became head paladin. Although he was considered firm, he was nonetheless an effective soldier. He personally led the vicious campaign of retaliation against the Vipers, breaking their strength and pushing them out of most of California, leading to full trade relations with the hub after the month-long campaign concluded. Apart from his duties as a teacher, he also enforces the High Elder's wishes, by force if necessary. After the death of John Maxon, Rhombus is a key figure in determining the course of the Brotherhood, establishing it as a major research and development house in New California, keeping it outside the political struggles of the region. If Rhombus were to die in 2161, his death is described as bringing about a steel plague that could last 1,000 years. However, this reality ultimately did not come to be. John Maxon was born into the Brotherhood in 2097 and is a part of the Maxon bloodline. He showed much skill as an initiate, knight and then master knight, traveling the wastes far and wide and forming lasting relations with various people in the Wasteland, including Butch Harris. By the time he was inducted into the Paladin caste in 2135, at 38, he was a skilled man. His reputation and skills were further shown when he rose to the rank of head paladin, the best commander within the Brotherhood of Steel. His last promotion came at the cost of tragedy, as in 2155, his father was killed in a skirmish with the Vipers. 4 years later, in 2159, the Council of Elders convinced him to accept the position of High Elder, becoming the third Maxon to hold the rank. However, he was not aware of the volume of politics while in office. By the time the Vault Dweller meets him in 2161, he is 64. He ages, but he remains knowledged, wanting to fight the enemies of the Brotherhood, rather than remain underground.